Oh, now we're getting a bit with Roman. Oh wait, this will probably have something to do with Neo. Okay, are these events only happening because I've got relationship statuses high enough with Pyrrha and Neo for their sub-stories been going on? Because, like, you wouldn't know about Pyrrha's split personality thing unless you went on the 4 dates with her. So, like, is this just an aftermath result? Are these events just specifically there in the stories being altered slightly because of the choices I made? I'm hoping that is the case, and I'm quite curious now, but anyway, don't give me that lip, young lady. Your bestie is away on his final exam, and our esteemed allies aren't going to need you before the Vital Festival. Also, let's be honest. You're literally the only person I can trust, so I need you to watch my back. There's nothing stopping them from just offing me once that they deem me that our part is done, and they can continue on their own. I prefer they didn't try it all. Thank you very much. Anyway, let's go. Manga isn't exactly behind the corner, even with a flying vehicle. Neil's off doing her thing. They'll kick Yang's ass, I guess. If that happens. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? It's nighttime. We're at camp again. Alright. So, who wants to go first? Don't give me those looks. We've read those letters alone. Mission requests. We've been alone. We've thought about stuff. Yada yada. But now we need to talk to each other. Or we're going to explode. We all know it. This is true, Jin. It's a good thing you're actually doing smart thing and saying these words out loud, other than just letting everyone boil over until something disastrous happens as the end result. Thank God someone said it. You're a braver bun than me, honey. I agree. I think putting it all out there is going to help us digest everything. Allow me, then. Even if, I must confess that the precise subject escapes me. Yeah, I noticed. You don't seem to, you don't seem in our state of mind, Penny. What gives? She's a robot. She can process things quicker. Million reasons! What was in your request? Oh, I see. It's from a woman from Mistral, who'd like us to recover her grandfather's journal. She doesn't have anything to remember him by. I guess yours contains similar sad stories. Well, yeah, but the thing is, I mean, let's be honest. If it wasn't for May, we wouldn't have come here. The reason we're here, the reason there are so many of those requests is because no one wants to risk their neck for something like this, if they can help it. I mean, yeah, this is a colossal waste of Huntsman time. Like, what is the point coming here to get personal belongings when you could be off, you know, saving villages and that from the Grim? This is a complete waste of time and a completely dumb thing to use hunters and huntresses on. But at the same time, if they've got spare time and they fancy doing it, then, you know, why not? But it's a dangerous place. And but, yeah, as far as things go, you can understand why no hunter or huntress would want to take a mission like this. What's the point of risking your life for a personal belonging when there's very little to gain from it? I imagine the reward's not insane for it. And you're not going to really get much for doing it. Like, reputation-wise, if you cared about that. Like, all you're going to get is a couple of grateful people who got their, something along to their family returned. But you're not saving people, you're not doing very much with it. It does seem like a complete waste of time in that regard. But obviously it's important to those people, and it's a mission, so anyway. But someday we may be asked to do something just like this. For the sake of a complete stranger. Would you be able to do it, Penny? I mean, I imagine it'd be easier if it involved saving people or protecting people or doing something more important. But, you know. Of course I would. Just like that? You wouldn't, Jin? I think the right question is, why would you? Because if I don't, who would? Who should? You're literally becoming Huntsman Huntress so you can protect the weaker people and fight the Grim. The point is that they can't, and who will? So, it's the Huntsman Huntress that do. So they can go off and do other jobs, like farming and building cars and stuff. I know that it sounds silly, saying it out loud, but one day I'll save the world. You'll what? I told you. But my father agrees too. If I keep on growing, if I keep on honing my skills in natural gifts, one day I'll be able to save Remnant from the Grim. It's a fair enough dream, I suppose. Holy mackerel. I literally had to double check that that was the word mackerel. I never see that written anywhere. Like, I hear it, but I don't think I've ever seen that word written anywhere. Is he talking about her being a robot here, or... At first, it was something that I wanted to do to make Papa happy. But, yeah, he seems so proud of the idea. But the more I saw of the world, of the people living in it, the more I realized I like it. I like the people in it. I like how vibrant it can be, how alive they can feel. And that I don't like it when people are sad or angry. Or when they do bad things to each other. And while I know that now, that no one can be happy all the time, I'd like people to be happy as they can, for as long as they can. And I think getting rid of the grim would be a big contribution to their happiness quota. And while I work on that, I'll do my best to help as many people as possible. This is why I want to become a hunter. It reminds me a lot of RWBY, but with a basic difference. RWBY wants to help and protect people because of her moral code. She believes, just like her mother, that it's the right thing to do. That's what heroes do. Penny instead wants to be a hunter because, well, huntress, because she doesn't like seeing people sad. It's not morality that guides her, but empathy. You're incredibly sweet, Penny. Way too sweet. Makes me feel bad. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, that came out wrong. It's not something you should be sorry for. It's just, I don't have that confidence or ambition. Save the world. I couldn't even help myself, and that is how we all end up in Burrito. Evelyn. And helping people, a hunter's work. It's noble and all, but I don't think I want to do that forever, grim or not. What would you like to do, Evelyn? Something to do with fashion? Maybe. Promise not to laugh. It depends, you can say something ridiculous out of this box, like Evelyn probably could and would. Well, this should be good. What is it then? I want to have a big family, just like I used to. That's not something to laugh at. That's lovely. Oh. Yeah, Jane, you'll be providing that. With a giant house and a big garden, maybe a dog, and I want at least 3 children. 3? Does it sound that crazy? We've got a massive house. That's such a wonderful idea. I'll keep myself from making rabbit jokes. That was literally the first thing that came to mind. As soon as you mentioned big family, I just thought rabbit joke, don't say rabbit joke. Technically, faunas they have animal features, but do they actually follow the animal tendencies of the rabbit? Like, not the rabbit, of the animal? Like, we know Blake is scared of dogs and likes fish, but does that go for all cat faunases, or is that just a Blake thing? Like, that could just be because you do get people that just like fish and are scared of dogs. It could be a coincidence that Blake happens to have cat features. Or is it all cat people are like slightly scared of dogs and they enjoy fish more? Like, in that sense, do rabbit faunas like to have massive families? Because rabbits, maybe one day RWBY will answer that, but who bloody knows? Deal. Believe it or not, that's not exactly uncommon. There are plenty of hunters who will go into the profession to save up for a few years to buy a house and a plot of land. Yeah, that's a perfectly good reason you go into the work to earn money so that you can support for a family and things like that. That is the same as any other job. It's just you're picking a job that's obviously very life risking and likely every dead at a young age. Then they switch to new profession, but your project also requires a reliable life partner. Well, I think I've got that covered, right, Jin? Don't put me on the spot like that. It's way too early to start thinking about stuff like that. Oh? So you don't mind 3 children as a minimum? So, partner, how about you? What do you want to do with your life other than torturing my psyche? Helping my sister, of course. I want her to be healthy again, cured. So I can tell Mother that she's alive and well, and we can be a family again. Then I want to bring Jacko's Snee to justice for what happened to us and so many other people over Remnant. You want to take down one of the most, if not the most powerful man in Remnant. Yeah, yes, and I will. That will require time, planning, in connections. She's literally mates with Wai Snee. Like, that's a pretty solid connection towards our target. I know. So I'll probably stay a hunter until I can achieve that, or until it becomes impediment to the to that goal. Afterwards, who knows? I envy you. What do you, why do you say that, May? You have something. A driving force. A dream. An aspiration. Saving the world. Starting a big family. Taking down an enemy. I don't have anything like that. I don't even know if I want to be a hunter any longer. After this mission is over. Does this have anything to do with your wanting revenge on the Nyx? My cousin, Jun Zedong, is the reason I know so much about the Nyx. She passed this information on as she laid on her deathbed. And I think we all figured there's going to be a bit of connection between May and this creature. She'd come here on one of these fetch requests that everyone ignores. Too much risk for something that only matters to a few, or a single. But June always felt bad for these people, who got constantly overlooked. She tried to do as many of those requests as she could, when she could. 2 years ago, it wasn't the first time she came to Vodrum, but it would be our last. She's the entire reason we know that the Nyx exists. She encountered it, and managed to survive it. Barely. Her injuries eventually did her in. And yet, even as she faded away, she passed on every single piece of information she had garnered from the battle about the Nyx. So she pretty much set you up to go and fight it at a later date then. That was nice of her while she was dying. Hey, cousin! Wait, cousin? Sister? Cousin, I think she said. Hey, cousin! Here's this dangerous Grim as I'm dying. Surely you won't feel resentment towards it and want to go out and get revenge for me, will you? And, ooh, I'm dead. Oh, look at that! She's going to go get revenge for me! Yeah! Is that a good thing? She knew how dangerous it was. Sure, she should have been just warning them to stay away from it. Unless she was saying the details of the thing as, like, a warning of, yeah, it's really powerful, it can do all these amazing, like, insane things in it. And that, who knows? But either way. Oh, she sent me here. Anyway, her comrades and superiors promptly decided to do jack shit with it. Since it's territorial Grim, there's no reason to pursue it, they said. You just need to leave it alone. And that's when it dawned on me. What did? They treated my cousin's death as if it was an occupational hazard. It kind of is in this line of work. Like, you got, as a hunter and huntress in the world of RWBY, fighting against Grim and monsters, it's almost expected they're more likely to die. And it wouldn't be surprising if people had to just deal with that more and thus had to try and react less to it because they still have a job to do. They can't sit and mourn every time and all that malarkey. Possibly. Obviously, you'll get ones that be devastating, like, you know, Summer, where it literally broke Taiyang. Anyway, like something that could have been avoided if she had stuck to the safety precautions. Because the Grim aren't a danger. They aren't an enemy. They're pests. Yes, they're pests. Don't you think that's a bit hyperbolic? No. If you're at war with an enemy, you should work as an army. The objective is victory. And with the Grim, that can only mean their complete annihilation, not containment. And if you have an enemy who managed to kill one of your best, but you find yourself with enough intel to destroy it, you should. Because morale is at stake. Yes. Yes, that's exactly right. That's how it should work against the enemy. Even wild animals get put down if they become dangerous to humans. But not Grim. If a hunter dies fighting Grim, that's just something that happens. Because May, think what you would... Because May, think what would life be like if people had to live in constant awareness that humanity is in a premature war. A war with an enemy. Even if they're not aware of it, we are. And hunters die for the sake of people who don't even know it. They die without even getting avenged. Because acknowledging it's a big deal would make the Grim a big deal, wouldn't it? Don't the Grim own like 90% of the planet? All to protect a fragile peace of mind. Jin, you agree with me? Yes, I do. Because I don't think the Grim are the biggest problem. Think about it. Grim are a danger to everyone and everything, and yet they're not fought as hard as they could be because of people. The mess with the boss and Wiser, and the rest of the things we had to deal with, the common denominator has always been other people, never Grim. Yeah, people are the biggest monsters. Yeah. Grim can't work their way into your defenses easily. I like how Ozpin's there too, because Ozpin is our enemy, because he does not side with us. I don't think he's as bad as these two, though. They may be different in power, ideologies, goals, but the one thing they'll have in common is that everything comes second to what they think is important. He's not human! I mean, he technically is now. He wasn't human, though. He's meant to be like a god thing, a god creature thing. Being a hunter? How could I ever be a hunter if what a hunter should do is dictated by the whims of the people instead of what should be done? Because, being a vigilante hero doesn't pay the bills, Jin. And what is it that should be done, partner? I should kill the bad ones, like... Yeah, like that. Maybe not Ozpin, though. Jesus, that's a bit far. I know he's not exactly the best human being in the world, but, you know, that's a bit far, Jin. Bring the fight to the Grim. Figure out where they come from and how to get rid of them. All of them, to the last. Yeah, Jin, they might severely outnumber us millions to one. The reason why we survive is because we put up our defenses and have walls and stuff to keep them mostly at bay, and they're all kind of scattered and stuff. If you start sweeping around causing mass amounts of violence and negativity from it in mass gatherings, then all the Grim will gather together, and then suddenly you've got a massive army after you. Like, it's nice thinking, Jin, but clearly you don't know enough about this world for that to work. That's something no one can do on their own. It'd need the whole of Remnant to come together. If it did, though, would it even be enough? That's the big question. Like, could all Remnant working together actually beat the Grim? Like, properly? Like, because, like, Ozpin's been around a while. Surely he's tried that. I figure. And for that to happen, we have to get rid of anything that prevents that from happening. Or we can just leave it to Penny. I won't let you down. I still have no idea how you'd ever go about doing it, but let's make a deal. You think about getting rid of Grim. And the boss. That too. And I'll take care of everything in your way. Deal? Jin, hunters can't always choose their partners for missions. Even if you graduate as a team from the same academy. Then I quit. I want to stay with Penny. Fair enough. Just Penny? I'm hurt, Jin. What? I figured you two would be too busy planning a hostile takeover of the Snee Company and raising our triplets. Oh yeah, how do you like that? How do you like it? I don't know. Want to get a head start in that just in case? Alright, that's enough for today. We should hit the sack early and work with as many hours of daylight as possible tomorrow. Yes, let's. I mean, even if Penny will one day take care of all of them for us. Nothing says we can't take care of someone the way there. That's Sunday done. I was a bit like, shouldn't someone be keeping watch? And I remember Penny doesn't sleep. Penny literally doesn't sleep. Penny will keep watch all night. Perfect. You're certain about her husband? Yes. I think she's the best choice. Not just because of her natural gifts, but more so because of her sense of duty. I see. Unless, of course, you have a better candidate. Really, honestly, you're going to offer General Ironwood if he has a better candidate for the Fall Maiden? You know, because clearly he'll say somebody that lives in Atlas, probably. No, I don't. Or not, then, alright. And she does seem to have a good choice. It's just, I wasn't expecting this situation. Is it going to be Pierre or is it going to be someone else? I wasn't either, James. But Glinda forced her hand. In retrospect, I probably expected it would come to this sooner or later. She's always considered herself a teacher before anything else. I just didn't think it would ever come at such a conjuncture. In times of crisis, if times of crisis do not force people to face their true selves, what does? Indeed. Speaking of which, are you sure it's wise to allow a team of students to go to Mountain Glen? Let's just say that Team RWBY's extracurricular activities have been pretty revealing. I'm starting to see a connection. It must be clear by now that the enemy, especially after the deployment of your units, that they won't be able to act in Beacon as they like, unless something bigger takes the focus away from us. Reason more to send some of my soldiers and units instead of students. Which they would have expected. They're with Ublik. He will keep them out of trouble. Well, he'll try to. I don't expect them to pull the pin in the grenade. Just to further stir the hornet's nest, as they've already been doing. I mean, whatever is going on, there has managed to keep itself pretty well hidden so far. If it wasn't for the homicide in Vale a few months ago, we would never have gotten wind of it. An ex-White Fang member, leaving behind a message written in his own blood. The spite of a spent life. So I seriously doubt Team RWBY is going to just chance upon a base of operations while following a pet around or something. Alright, that's a bit as big as a thing as you could. That's a bit as big as a 4-4 you can get. But they will force the enemy to overstretch their hand, allowing us to garner more information. Day 183, the day of the breach. Are we watching like Yang, Pyrrha? Oh, not be Pyrrha. It won't be Yang. I don't think Yang gets extra scenes. I know Pyrrha and Neo, I think, get extra bits because obviously their stories are like really tied in to stuff going on. Well, Neil's wasn't, but like Neil's cool. Yeah, maybe we'll get to see what Neo and Pyrrha are up to during these parts, then, just because we've been doing the relationship stuff with them. Anyway, we're covering one piece of the battleground at a time. I'm not splitting this party if I can help it. Yeah, it's probably better not to, given we just heard the story of how someone got brutally murdered here by one of the creatures. Probably should stick together. We'll set up a perimeter. Don't stray from it, as we should try to keep close to each other at all times. Still, we should split into two groups so that we don't go too slow on the surveying. Penny, you're with me. Alright. Jin, you're in charge of main Evelyn. Wait, me? Is that a logical thing to do? Like, I'm debating. Wouldn't maybe best one for this, technically? It's like, she'd probably jump into this fight more. Also, why are our two strongest members in the team together? Because those two are arguably our strongest members with their semblances and abilities. Are you sure, partner? If you really want me to, want to get back my trust, if you really want my trust back, Jin, you need opportunities to earn it. And you're the only person here with any experience leading. I am. What? What about Professor Peach, though? I'll hang back and do my own thing, Penny. Well, I'm in more of an active role right now. I'm still charged with evaluating your performance, so I'll only intervene if I deem you've bitten off more than you can realistically chew. Which we know that will. I see. Thank you for your exhaustiveness. Exhaustive? What? I don't know. Which area should we investigate today? I was thinking the south of the battlefield. According to your map, there are fortification ruins in the north. And while they're more likely a spot for a layer of the Nyx, we should sweep inward to avoid surprises. I agree. What can you tell us about the area? Burp! Oh, there's a small cut there because my brother just stormed in my room there to get my dog's attention to kidnap him, essentially. After coming back from work. And unless everyone wanted to hear him shouting over to the dog and the door getting slammed open. Small cut. Anyway, we'll find overgrown trenches on the path for sure. Craters from dust cannonballs. Imagine the size and bang they would make. Like, you see how much explosion happens, just a little bit of dust and a little bullets. Now imagine packing tons of dust into a fucking cannonball. Oh, it'd be devastating. And most definitely, corpses. May not be decomposed, but now. No. How long ago was this war? And all these years? I wonder what state they'll be in. Not pretty, that's for sure. Anyway, we should probably ignore the belonging retrieval part until we've flushed the Grim out. Agreed. It's not a task I'm looking forward to in any case. Figures with the risk of Grim breathing down my neck. That's a sobering thought for the day. Let's get a move on before we start weeping. No pain, no gain, I guess. Oh. I'm glad you decided to hang out with us, Amber. I'm not really, there's not really anyone else I can hang out with, is there? You're literally the only ones I can speak to without expending magical power. Literally the only one, not ones. And I promised Jin I'd protect myself. So, I should save as much as possible to be prepared for battle at any moment. Why? I mean, you make it sound like you're only doing this because Jin asked you to. You know, you're too young to understand all these things, but girls go a bit crazy for Jin. Like, I would have most assuredly preferred going with them to Vod's room. But after the risks you took to save my life, it'd be disrespectful to make those efforts in vain. And if there wasn't that obligation, you'd have just leave yourself unprotected. I should have already been dead by now, Janara, due to my arrogance and short-sightedness. But I was given a second chance, in no small part to your courage and friendship. There's nothing I'd rather use it for than pay you back. But what about? Oh, whoa! Is this is this what being a third wheel feels like? That was a rather loud bang. What? What was that? Emergency broadcast. All citizens are required to return to their homes or to the nearest evacuation point. Instructions and update will be sent to your scrolls. Do not leave your homes or the evacuation points until the crisis is resolved. Repeat statement. Emergency broadcast. All citizens. Those screams. We should go see. No. You're going to Beacon. I'm checking that alone. I can think of a few reasons why that's a bad idea, Titania. Remember what we're dealing with, who we're dealing with, and what their goal. And their goal. This could be a distraction. So, something big enough to lure Osborne away from the school. I'll go check it out myself, but just in case, you can go to Beacon much faster than me. Go to Miss Goodwitch. But we can't leave you, let you go alone. You can, you will. Also remember that those robots are made to target magic. You may have no idea what will happen if you start zapping and summoning away. Just be careful, please. I will. Now go. Mark the fate is Titania. Okay. Why is there suddenly a freaking hole in the middle of this main street? Oh! She wants to fight alone! Team RWBY's there! My brain's like, oh god, Titania's going to fight this all alone. That's going to be quite a thing. Then I'm just completely forgetting Team RWBY's right in the center of all this, because of course they are. At least that explains why a lot of stuff is on fire. But why is a blown up train coming out of it? Alongside some undesirable guests. There's a whole gaggle of Grim coming out of... Wait, aren't those... RWBY? Oh, oh! Oh, oh, oh. Oh my god, it is you guys. What the hell happened? Are Yang and Wise... They're fine. Just shaking off a concussion. Actually, 2. They've already had 1 before the train crashed. True, they did get their asses kicked. You were on that thing? Weren't you on your mission? On top of it, actually. Oh yeah, they weren't even inside the bloody train. They were on top of the train when the thing exploded. They all had those little icy dust shooting around them. On top of that, actually, and let's just say it took a weird turn. Ugh. Well, someone's in the mood for well, someone's in the mood for understating it. You... Crescent Rose is... Don't even think about it. Stay back, you two. I can handle this. No! Oh, Blake's helping! Wait, what? Blake, where's health bar? Blake doesn't have a health bar. Fighting is Titania, Flurry, Flea, Wind. I don't know what any of that is. Let's do it! You didn't do a lot. Flurry! I did considerably more. Again! I think I drain my health when I do things like that, though. Or my aura, more specifically. Yeah, oh god, it drains it quite a lot. Okay. At least the one Beowulf's not doing a lot of damage, though. So, what's the matter? Scared? They don't get scared, Titania. Also, refresh. No? Can I do it? Okay. That heals though, we're fine. They're not that strong, we'll be fine. Close range. Okay, so Flurry does like a triple attack, but it costs like 800 ore doing it. How tough is this Beowulf? I imagine, in my head, I'm imagining it's probably more than one Beowulf they're fighting. Like, because otherwise this is just embarrassing. Why is it taking so many hits to kill just one Beowulf? Because it's probably quite a few. It's just obviously they're only putting the one picture in. And actually, they could have put like 20 in. Just made the numbers decrease bit by bit by bit or something ridiculous. But it probably would have been a bit weird. How are you not dead yet? Oh my god. There we go. Ha! Told ya. It looks like the robots are taking good care of the Grim. That's actually surprising. We should think about getting you out of here. They are, but if we don't seal the hole, there'll just be more of them. Yeah, about that. There's no we. You look unscathed, but RWBY is out of aura. And so are Goldilocks and Miss... Sneery! Oh! It's it's Big Guy! Isn't it? It's gonna be Big Chainsaw Guy, right? Da, 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 da. Also, just want to say a quick thank you to all of the channel members for the extra support. And a special thank you and shout out to our late members, the joining members Austin Quinsonberry, Marshall F, Javis Baker, Cataclysm King, It's Ender Steve PE, Yato Gods, and Platius, and our ANBU members, Robert Scimeca, Rapids Rook, Shadow Wolf, Eragon, and Killer Idearbot. Thank you all very much for the extra awesome support. Bata, bata, bata.